It is currently 1:30 in the morning, and I am doing what I've been doing basically every single night for the last 6 months straight. I am trying to get better as a creator. Most nights, I actually legitimately do stay up until 2 in the morning watching YouTube videos of how to be a better Twitch streamer, how to be a better YouTuber, vlogger, filmmakers, everything that is involved in all of this journey. When I started this journey back a couple months ago of wanting to take you guys along the ride of going from ground zero, building up from basically nothing, and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTube content creator, in my mind I wanted to not only educate and inspire. I really think that was the big one, was to inspire, but I also really had this vision of really showing you guys all the nitty gritty, like, harshness of how rough it can actually be, and I definitely haven't been good at that part. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but I had to pick up the camera because I feel like I failed at that area so much that I need to show you guys of, like, what's going on in my head sometimes. And that is this. So, these last handful of weeks, and I mentioned this in my last video, the biggest thing that I'm currently struggling with is trying to be discovered. And to help with being discovered, you can't really do that on Twitch. And so I really need to focus on YouTube right now. That is where they have the second world's best search engine, is YouTube, and that's where you can get into an algorithm and be discovered. And so I've been making more content that's really focused on the education side of Twitch streaming, so I can hopefully get picked up in some of the algorithm and I can be displayed to others on their YouTube homepages, or just whatever they're browsing through when they're searching. But that has come at a price, and I always knew there was something off, and I'm starting to realize it more and more. When I first started making YouTube videos, I kind of had this vision where I was going to be a Twitch streamer, but I was going to make, like, vlogs on the side, just kind of like how most Twitch streamers do. It's just kind of like going through their lives, and I thought it was going to be fun and entertaining. And when I first did start this channel, that's kind of what I was doing, just making vlogs of whatever was going on in my life and just kind of having fun with it, and I really did have fun with it. But now that I'm starting to take this a little more seriously and I'm starting to do more educational stuff and a little more motivational stuff, I'm actually having less fun with it. And I think the reason isn't the content, and it's not because that I don't want to inspire you guys, but I think I'm being too businessy about it in a way, if that makes any sense. Like, the soul isn't there behind it. There's always been this creative piece inside of me that's always just really wanted to come out in some way, shape, or form, and in doing these YouTube videos, the more and more I do it, the more that inside of me is just screaming to come out. Like I said, most nights I'm sitting here watching YouTube videos of how to get better, and lately it's less like, oh, here's how to grow to 1,000 subscribers, here's how to be a better Twitch streamer or whatever, and it's more, not even inspiration, but just seeing what else is out there. And recently I discovered a channel, Becky and Chris, and they really, really inspired me with how crazy the quality of storytelling and filmmaking can be just as a solo, or in their case, a couple vlogging channel. And, like, just their quality is absolutely insane, and the fact that some YouTubers can make this crazy quality of videos. They recently put out a helicopter series of where they went on this helicopter trip, just the two of them, and they vlogged it, and it was like a full-on, like, Netflix series, and it was so inspiring to see, like, what a YouTube content creator can actually make. And in addition, then they turned me on to Peter McKinnon, and he has a very similar style of stuff. He's a lot bigger than them, but just how much there is to filmmaking and all this stuff, and it's really made me look back at my own videos and really realize of, like, Yes, I am an amateur. They have many more years of experience on me, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't aspire to make something better. Each week I really do try to improve on the previous video and say, oh, well, maybe I should have had my intro first sooner on in the video. That would have helped with my retention. Oh, I should have had a better thumbnail. That would have helped with my click-through rate. I've been looking more at things like that versus the overall creative picture of, I don't want to make boring videos. When I mean by boring, I mean as a filmmaker, I don't want to make just the average video that everyone else is making of, here's how to do this, here's how to do that. I know this is turning into a rant, but that's just kind of where my mind is at, and I'm just a little mad that it has taken me this long to realize that I don't want to be just a little better than yesterday, I want to be a lot better than yesterday. And not to get down on myself in that way, but like, I really want to go all in on this, and I want to show you guys like the progression of, in my head, hey, I started making these types of videos to help grow myself, and now I'm coming to a point and realizing, hey, maybe that's not actually doing it for the right reason. I want to deliver the content first, and then I can focus on the rest. So we'll see what happens with my YouTube channel over the next couple of months to see maybe it becomes a little more story-like and a little more high-quality YouTube videos, hopefully. Yeah, so it is now 1:45 a.m. and I need to go to bed because I have to wake up and go to work early, so I'm gonna go do that. This is Thanksgiving week. I do have a concert on Wednesday, and then obviously Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then Friday the Wazoo versus UW football game, which is always a crazy game every year. This week is going to be very hectic, so I need to go to bed. So obviously I was feeling a little emotional when I filmed that clip earlier, and it's been a few days now, and Bronte and I ended up going to Illenium. It was an absolute great concert, and going to that concert actually kind of reminded me of the feelings I was having during that clip. So let me explain that a bit. So for the last 7 or so years of my life, I've really been into electronic music, and I've gone to a lot of shows, and I really enjoyed going to all these concerts at first, but the older I get, I'm almost starting to have like anxiety and almost dread going to these shows. And I think it's because recently I have had a lot of really bad experiences at concerts, mostly due to the crowds. So now when I think of, hey, let's go to a concert, the first thing I think of is, oh crap, but I hate crowds. And it's kind of a shame that my view of one of my favorite things in the world has been tarnished by such a negative thing. But Bronte and I absolutely love Illenium, so we absolutely had to go, and we were actually really lucky this time because we were able to kind of find somewhere in the back of the concert, and there was no one around us, and it was just us kind of enjoying the show. It really reminded me of why I wanted to become a music artist all those years ago, and why I love going to these concerts. It kind of made me feel alive and like a little kid again. After taking some time to reflect back on that concert and the feelings I was feeling then, and the feelings I was feeling at the beginning of this video, I really start to realize what the actual issue is. I think there's this thing that happens to all of us when we start to get older, where our imagination kind of dies. When we're kids, we have an unadulterated view on the world, and our biggest limitation in our life at that time is truly our imaginations and whatever we can think of. But as we start to get older, the reality of the world starts to chip away at that imagination, and it really starts to take a toll of you over the years, but it's such a slow process that most people don't realize it. Both my experience of going to this concert and me filming that clip earlier is a perfect symbol for that. When going to concerts, we really shouldn't have a care in the world. We really should be there for the music and enjoying it. But like I said, the reality is there's so much more going on. A lot of people are there for the wrong reasons. They're there just to post pictures on Instagram. Essentially, for a lot of people, the reality of the adult world creeps in and prevents what is supposed to be a beautiful experience at a concert. And in the example of me struggling with my YouTube channel, of really struggling with the reality of me wanting to grow my YouTube channel and trying to figure out real world ways to do that by making a certain type of video versus the inner child in me just screaming inside of me saying, no, I want to be creative, and you can do whatever you want being this creative person. And luckily, I think in both of these scenarios this week, luckily I believe my inner child won. And as a result, I have been really, really happy this week, and I feel like I'm living my life to the fullest, and I'm really excited for the future. And while it's obviously really smart to be grounded in reality and understand how the real world works, I think it's all about a healthy balance of sometimes letting your younger self come out and having your imagination run free and to be able to believe in dreams. I want to continue to make videos that will inspire and educate you guys, but do it in an entertaining way where I can feel good about it and let my inner child out and let my creativity flow. So that's really all I have for you guys this week. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon.